All right, hello everybody, and apologies that I haven't gotten around to this earlier. You might have seen my little speedrun video I did for panel 1 of page 4. This is Lady of Sorrow Spring still. I actually redid, like, literally 5 minutes ago. I took my panel drawings for this panel, panel 2. Like, I actually had almost inked this entire figure, but it was small, and I realized the figure was the same size as the figure in panel 1. And I thought, you know what, it would be better if it was a different size, because he's almost at the same angle. So making him in the same angle, same size is a bad idea. Same thing here. I have this borderless panel. Can't really see it, can you? See if I move it around. Okay, I have this borderless panel that I just wanted to focus on the rat, and I realized I could make the rat, I could just focus it on the rat's, gnarly head, and make that the entire focus of the panel. And then on this panel, I reversed it. So, when you're working on your stuff, a lot of times you've got the drawing about right, but what you really should be focusing on is the size of the figures and even just a minor thing that you can change here and there might really improve your composition. And when we're talking about compositions, we're not just talking about compositions inside the panel, which is important. We're also talking about the composition of the whole page, panel to panel. We want to vary the size of the figures, make sure the figures are consistent. I don't even like this. I think this head is too close in size to that head. But I think we don't have much choice because we have to show. Well, we could play this off as intentional because we've got this is our alien panel. We've got the alien coming in real close, and then we have the bite. And I've reversed it. Oh, I've got the rat on the wrong side. Maybe I'll put another, because there's more than one rat here. There's several rats here. I might put another rat here, as if he's still talking here. Well, still something to think about on this last panel. Luckily, I won't get to that for a while. We're going to go ahead and start inking this. I just can't do it, Butch. We're going to move this line here up to here. This line over here. There we go. And now we're all ready to cook. So let's get back in our ink layer. And he's afraid here, so we want to show some fear. He's got this really prodigious nose, this character. Alright, this is Eli. Eli is related to these were-rats, but he doesn't completely have the curse yet. So, let's see if we can get a little bit more of him in here. And then once again, when we're putting our ink down on here, I really believe in my heart that you should put the emphasis on throwing the ink down. You want to throw a line. You don't want to sort of, very carefully trace out a line or anything like that. It's a matter of being confident with your strokes. Remember, this is digital, but what you're trying to emulate is if you had a brush. And with a brush, you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time to wait. You have to do things with confidence with a brush, because part of your line quality is the way it moves and the way you're moving constantly. Same thing with a nib too. And I know there's some people that really believe in being real careful with their stuff. But it is my belief anyways that that'll draw some of the life out of your art if you're not careful with how you're approaching it. Okay. I'm looking at his jeans here. Okay, all this looks good. All right. That's a little bit of my Al Cap influence. All right. This is probably my favorite of the were-rats that I've drawn. I like the one continuous neck, and I think I want to continue that here. And I think I didn't quite catch him right over here. We got to give his teeth. There we go. I was on X a while ago and I was looking at something that Rob Liefeld was saying about he was commenting on somebody else. I always like when some of this, people like to talk smack about Rob Liefeld, but he's incredibly astute in my opinion. And they were talking about comic styles and stylisticness, stylism. And the subject of Jim Lee came up, and they were talking about what is a realistic drawing style as opposed to an unrealistic one. Like you might be able to say Liefeld's approach is unrealistic, or not photorealistic. And Liefeld's point was Jim Lee's not photorealistic either. He also has a style. All the best cartoonists have a style. And realism's for photographs. If you just want to trace photographs, have fun. There's already a style for that. It's called fumetti. It's an Italian style of comics. I think they're quite ugly. I think comics that are meant to look like photographs are quite ugly. I'd rather look at something drawn by even a complete amateur or a high school student, just because it might be more interesting. I like even the underground and outsider art styles. I like those a lot. And then every once in a while you run across something that is absolutely sublime, that's absolutely wonderful. There is no proper comic book style. You can do things in all kinds of different styles. You can interpret things in so many different ways. Alright, let's take a look. There we go. That's looking actually pretty good. The only thing I don't like... Oh, it must be on layer 2. That's looking pretty good right there. Now I think that it's missing some shading and shadows. And texture. And I think we could put some focus lines in here too as well. Some focus lines would have a pretty good impact because we have this sort of confrontation, the pointing finger. And the other thing is to make sure that he's looking, you got to squash the pupil of the eye just a little bit, just like that. All right, let's do the focus lines. This is how we do it. We're gonna focus right. We're gonna put this dot right in the middle of them. We could put it here, but I think the real focus is between their eyes. So let's put it right here between their eyes, like that. Done. And we're gonna put it on its own layer, just in case we mess it up. We can take it back out. And hang on. There we go. No. Assisted drawing. Good. We're all good. All right, we're using the same. I'm going to do like a taper here. Whoops. I've pretty much chosen the spots where I'm going to put my text, so I'm going to try and avoid too many lines to get overrun by my speech bubbles when they come out. But you notice we're not hesitating when we throw these lines down. I mean, yes, I have the rulers in place. That's looking pretty good right there. Okay. Now we're going to erase all the excess, which is anything that falls outside of our panel border. Being real careful, because if we mess this up, we'll have to undo over it. Let's see, we messed that one up. Fix it. And this adds sort of drama and intensity to the moment. The other thing is, let's bring it back to the ink layer. Big blocky shadow areas are also important here. Make sure that we emphasize the claws. Okay. And technically, when you don't have a light source that's obvious on the page, you can make the interaction the light source. So in this case, we're saying the light source is between them, right? This is the light source. It's not a real light source. It's like a dramatic light source. Like if this were a movie, that's where we might cast the light or shoot the light out. And if that's the light source, we want to make sure that we're shading in using texture on the were-rat's back. There we go. And that kind of works. All right, so let's do the bubbles. Eli talks in a normal speech bubble. Although he's afraid. But our were-rat talks in an evil speech bubble. Like this. And then same one over here. All right, there we go. And now we've got a pretty good beginning to our page here. We're just at 16 minutes. This has been pretty quick. I'm going to continue working on this, and I will be back tomorrow with more updates. We're going to go into this panel. I might figure out some way to recast this one over here. Maybe there's a way I could get like even closer, you think? I don't know, we'll have to think about it. I think it's this. Which one is it? It's layer 2. So maybe we could take this one and zoom in even closer to get this bite attack that the were-rat does. Something like that. That actually looks okay. Take a look at this. The head is noticeably bigger. Good. This head is smaller than that one. Also good. And then we show the action, so that's good too. Alright, so we may continue on. I don't know what happened just there. Alright. So please like, follow, and subscribe. There'll be more updates later. And keep on making comics.